And boys, we're back here with another Madden 25 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, I want to showcase off my favorite budget options at every single position in this game. Before we get into today's video, I do want to talk about our sponsor real quick, MMOEXP.com. If you guys want an alternative to buying packs, consider buying coins at MMOEXP and make sure to use code DILL at checkout for 5% off your order. Now, before we get into the first cards though, there's a couple things I want to talk about in this video. I'm going to try to have bare minimum of the free cards like team captains, field pass cards, rookie premieres, and potential like Christian Watson from the solos, because I know some people haven't gotten them. So for the most part in this video, it's all cards that you can spend coins on. So all these cards are obtainable. Now, what I will say as well is I think it's pretty important that we say what is our budget, like what is a budget card to me. And for some people it's under 100k, some people it's under 50k. I felt like the sweet spot was 75k, so there will not be a card that is above 75k today. And we are going to get it started at quarterback right here, and I believe quarterback is the exact same as it was before, man. I am going to go ahead, instead of Anthony Richardson this time, I believe he was the one last time, I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers. Now, the reason why I decided Aaron Rodgers over Anthony Richardson is because overall the speed on defense is going up as well, and the 79 speed of Anthony Richardson just doesn't really feel as special as it once was. He does have the 84 throw power, which I do like, but I feel like Aaron Rodgers' release is really what separates him, and also his hot route animations. If you want to drop back pass as a pocket passer, I think A-Rod can get the job done still. That release is absolutely money. So I love me some Aaron Rodgers. He's going to be our quarterback today. Now let's go to the running back position right here. And my favorite option at the running back spot right here, we're going to have potentially two cards that I do want to talk about. The first one's going to be Eric Gray. Now this is a better runner in my opinion than the other card we're going to cover. With the 84 speed, the 87 acceleration, like he's not doing much with like trucking, juking, break tackle, but he's just an all-out physical stat player, which I mean, for the most part, running back, yeah, it's nice to get a good spin move, but you just kind of need them to run straight and run fast, right? So, and I feel like that's what Eric Gray can do in the simplest terms. The 79 carrying is a little bit low, but someone I really like, I might say this card is one of the most underrated cards in the game. It's going to be Mike Allstott. So what I want to talk about with him is, again, this is going to be one of the field pass cards that I am very much on board with. Upgrade him all the way. So he's 84 speed, 83 carrying, and yes, even over CMC. Let me explain why. So this card is a big body, and you might be like, okay, I was talking about in earlier videos where I kind of missed on the power backs being good because of like the spin move and like juke move, stuff like that, but I feel like the power backs actually have a different purpose, and that is just blocking for this double A gap meta, which one of the biggest reasons why double mug is so good is people play LT or another like blitzing pass rushing linebacker that loops around and essentially will get on your running back every single time. So having someone in the backfield like a Mike Allstott that's a big body that can potentially block LT, I love that. So I am all on board with Mike Allstott even being your potential starter. And now let's go to wide receiver right here. My favorite option, we actually dropped an entire video on this card, Brian Thomas Jr., man, right at that 75k mark. He's right at it, but he's 6'3", 86 speed, and hits 80s across the board for route running, has great speed in the game, tall receiver. Really the only thing, like the only knock on the card I'd say is just doesn't get like a crazy juke or spin move after the catch, but besides that, he's great, man. And me personally, like I get wanting that, but man, I think Brian Thomas does everything else phenomenally. And a wide receiver 2 right here, this isn't my favorite card, but I feel like he's too good not to have on the list. It's Rondale Moore, and really the reason why I'm not the biggest fan of the card is the 5'7" height. Some of you guys out there are going to prefer the shorter receivers, some of you guys are going to prefer the taller receivers, and I don't really think there's a wrong answer with that. At the end of the day, it's just preference. And Rondale Moore has the 85 speed and hits 80s across the board for route running. Again, I like the speed, I like the route running. I thought he was just too good not to have on this list. And another potential option, we could go Hines Ward. Again, I wanted to avoid a lot of the field pass cards though, but should be mentioned, potential free card. Also Christian Watson should be mentioned here as well. We're gonna go ahead and have 82 overall Randy Moss right here. That's going for 60k. And again, this is another tall receiver, 6'4", this time 84 speed. The route runnings aren't crazy. Does hit 80 for deep route running, which I would say is the most important route running threshold to hit. Like short routes, if you got them on like stock zig routes and stuff, for the most part, those are just auto man beaters. I like the deep route running for the posts, the corners, and I also like the taller players as well. So I love Randy Moss, I love Brian Thomas. Rondale Moore felt like he was too good not to make the list. Now we're going to go to tight end right here, and at tight end, I'm going to have 81 Evan Ingram. This is a card that's already in my Mutt Hall of Fame. Love this card, man. 6'3", 240, has that receiver player model at tight end. He's 84 speed with 80 short route running. Not too much of a run blocker, so might not fit everyone's scheme, but this is just a beastly receiver, and that's what I asked him to do, man. Be a beastly receiver. This card can do that. Now we're going to go over offensive line. I'm going to give you guys the best option, I think, at every position, but it's like, this is a spot you can tank. I would recommend using potential free cards. This is a spot you don't don't want to upgrade. Like, you just kind of want cards that are solid across the board and just rock with them. And I also don't think having the best O-line in the world makes the biggest difference. Like, yes, it is a difference, but is it the biggest difference? In my opinion, no. So at left tackle right here, we're gonna get it started with a lower overall legend, and that's gonna also be our left guard as well. We're gonna go 83 Willie Roaf. Pretty much what I'm looking for is 80 pass block power, 80 pass block finesse, 80 run block across the board, and this card hits that. So that's why he's here. We're also going with 83 overall Larry Allen as well. This time a little bit lower pass block finesse, but hits the pass block power, hits the run block, and it's also a big body too. At center right here, this is a spot where I'm just gonna say use your team captain, because I feel like this is just a spot, again, you don't want to upgrade. We have Jeff Saturday, who doesn't have 80 run block, but free card, good pass block power, good pass block finesse. He can hold it down. So he's going to be our center. At right guard right here, we're going to have Elijah Vera Tucker, who again hits 80 pass block power, 80 pass block finesse, 80 run block. So I like this card. And rounding out the offensive line right here, we're going to have 82 overall Kelvin Beachum. And this card, again, solid stats all the way across the board. I would say prioritize tackles and center over like the guard spots. Like guards, you can tank that even more if you want to. But yeah, boys, this is what the offensive side of the ball is looking like. Let's go ahead and go to the defense. And starting it off at free safety right here, we're going to do the secondary first. I'm going to have Earl Thomas, but not the full one, of course. We're going to go a lower overall version of Earl Thomas, and we're going to go with the 83. This card, a little bit shorter with 5'10", like the taller players, but 85 speed, 86 acceleration, has 81 man coverage as well, which pretty good threshold to hit. 80 zone, good speed, good excel, very solid budget option. So yeah, going with Earl Thomas as our free safety. At strong safety right here, we're going to go ahead and go team builder Ronnie Harrison Jr. This card is 6'3", so this time he does have the good height, 84 speed, 85 acceleration, but again, does hit that 80 zone coverage. This is a potential card you could play in the box as well, but I think the linebackers we're going to cover are good to the point where you just want this card to play a top safety. Like, there wasn't really better options than him at top safety. So yeah, like Ronnie Harrison here. Now let's talk about corner. Corner, in my opinion, is probably the weakest position on this team, but we're gonna get started with, again, another lower overall legend. We're gonna go with 82 overall Antonio Cromartie. This card is 6'2", 84 speed, 83 acceleration, higher man coverage in zone, doesn't hit that 80 zone, but I felt like this card was just simply too good to not have on the list. Like, this is a potential spot where we could do something where, okay, drop down Cromartie to CB4, Ronnie Harrison to his potential CB spot, and get someone like Jevon Holland as another top safety, where I think this overall makes the lineup better. Like, Holland, 6'1", 84 speed, 83 acceleration, this time 82 zone. So now we have another player that hits 80 zone. I like that move. And then at CB2 right here, we can go someone like Tariq Woolen. That, again, 80 overall Tariq Woolen, 6'4", has the height. So you have a potential 6'3" guy, 6'4" guy on the outside, and Tariq Woolen also, again, hits 80 zone, and it's good speed excel as well. So yeah, I like this lineup a little bit more, but as a pure corner, if you want to keep him in position, worth mentioning Cromartie. And at CB3, this is a spot where I'm going to have Shaquille Griffin, team builder card. This is another card with solid stats across the board, man. 6 foot height, 84 speed, 85 acceleration, 80 zone coverage yet again. So every piece on defense so far hits 80 zone. I think that's nice, and also has some pretty decent physical stats as well. So yeah, this is what the secondary is looking like. Now let's talk about the front seven right here, and we're gonna get started at right outside linebacker, where I'm still gonna have Damone Clark. He's 6'3", 83 speed, not a bad user. Honestly, what I'd say is just like, I would rather run 3 middle linebackers that are all great than Damone Clark. So this is what my lineup would look like. Save left outside linebacker. So middle linebacker, there's so many good budget options. So first off, we got Divine Diablo right here. Divine Diablo going for 60K. He's 6'3", 86 speed, 88 acceleration. Now these linebackers are going to be tall, and they won't hit any zone coverage, but they'll be fast as well. Tall, fast, and even though they don't hit crazy zone, like, you're asking these cards to play like hard flats or play like hook curls, I think they can get the job done, and I think the speed and the height is more important than hitting 80 zone here. So Divine Diablo is going to be one option. We're also going to have Jack Campbell as well. Jack Campbell, 6'5" with the 84 speed, 89 acceleration. Again, tall and fast. Who I would actually play at right outside linebacker. We're going to have Quay Walker, the 83 middle linebacker. And this is a 6'4" guy with 85 speed, 88 acceleration. So just literally just better than Damone Clark. There's really no point not to do this. Like, you're not going to get a crazy out of position penalty either. So this is what my coverage linebacker trio would look like. Now, I do want to add another potential pass rusher right here, because the end spot specifically right end is a little bit weak. And this is a card that I love for his price, and I think he's criminally underrated. Arden Key. So Arden Key is 6'5", 240, 76 speed, 81 acceleration. The block shed is what hurts this card, but if we pull up this card on Mata.gg, right? 85 finesse moves, phenomenal. Power moves lower, but his traits, spin and swim move on yes, bull rush on no. Bull rush is the power move rating. That means, hey, I'm not going to use power moves, but he is only going to use that finesse move rating, so we can ignore the power moves. And this is a card that I think is going to way outplay his price, man. 85 finesse moves on the card. Now we got right in, left in, and defensive tackle. At right in right here, again, this is the weak spot. I went Cameron Hayward. He is more of a defensive tackle. Like, if you play him a defensive tackle, beast. 70 speed, 71 acceleration. This time, 84 block shed, 84 power moves. It's the opposite of Arden Key. He only has the bull rush move on yes, spin and swim on no, meaning we don't have to worry about his power finesse move rating. So yeah, Cameron Hayward, he's more of a DT, and Arden Key is like an actual edge rusher. And at left end, joining him again, slightly like weaker spot, but Montez Sweat, not the full gauntlet card, but the 80 overall Montez Sweat with the 83 speed, 83 acceleration. I get the pass rush is lower. I just feel like these two stats right here are really important for defensive ends in the game, and I feel like it's just too good to pass up, especially for that price, man. So my edge rushers would be Montez Sweat, Arden Key, and then have Cameron Hayward in the interior. We will have two additional defensive tackles as well. At DT1 right here, we're going to have 83 overall Dexter Lawrence. That has 83 block shed, 83 power moves. Again, speed and excel isn't there, but like Cameron Hayward, only has the bull rush move on yes. So Dexter Lawrence, I feel like he plays phenomenal as well. And at DT2, we are going to play someone out of position as well. It's going to be 81 Derek Brown, but Derek Brown, again, he's a DT. He's 6'5", 320, 70 speed, 70 acceleration, 80 power moves, 82 block shed, and don't want to sound like a broken record, but again, only has the bull rush move on yes. So yeah, boys, this is what the defensive side of the ball is looking like. At punter, we're going to have Ryan Stonehouse, has 83 kick power. And at kicker right here, we are going to have Jake Elliott, again, 83 kick power. So yeah, boys, this has been my thoughts on the best budget cards in Madden 25 Ultimate Team. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. Let me know if I did miss anyone on this list that you think should have been on it. If you guys did enjoy the video, you enjoy content like this, want to stay updated with everything that's the best here in Madden 25 Ultimate Team, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you guys do want to go ahead and see me use some of these cards live on stream, been streaming here on both YouTube and Twitch. Watch on the YouTube, make sure to hit that noti bell as well. You'll be notified every time I upload or go live here. Or if you want to watch on the Twitch, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this one right here.